got me so angry. I said to my kids, I said, listen, let me tell you the story of Hillel. They say, no, not that story again, anything. This is the story of Hillel. Hillel is going to show the lesson that you can never get me angry. Because you know what? In my head, I'm completely free. Here's the story of Hillel. Hillel was a great sage. He was a great sage. He was the leader of the Jewish people. And he was very humble. And these two jokesters had a bet. They said, I will bet you $10,000 that you can never get Hillel angry. The joker said to me, what? You got a bet? You got a bet. So what happened was, it was Friday, right before the Sabbath. And Hillel was getting ready, for the Sabbath. And in those days, they didn't have they didn't have showers in your house. You had to go to the bathhouse. So Hillel goes to the bathhouse. He gets there. He takes off his cloak and his clothing, and he puts it in there. And he's about to enter into the bathhouse. All of a sudden, he hears a scream in the street. Who's Hillel? Where's Hillel? He puts on his clothes, comes out. Hillel was from Babylon originally. And he gets to this jokester who's screaming, who's Hillel? Where's Hillel? I'm Hillel. Can I help you, son? He says, yeah, you Hillel? You sure? Can I help you, son? Yeah, tell me, why do you Babylonians have such funny shaped heads? Oh, that's a very deep question. Very good question. The midwives in Babylon are not so good at how they take us out. He goes back up, he goes back to the bathhouse again, he takes the clothes and they're back to go in a second time, and all of a sudden the guy again, where's Hillel? Where's Hillel? Comes down. Can I help you? You Hillel? That's another question. Why do these people have big feet? Third time he goes up. The bathhouse takes his clothes, the guy screams, who's Hillel? Where's Hillel? Comes down. Are you Hillel? Are you sure you? Can I help you, son? He says, yeah, but I'm afraid. I got a lot of questions. I'm afraid you're going to get angry. Phil says, no. I know it's coming in a few minutes, but ask me all the questions you want. It's okay. I won't get angry. Are you sure? Okay, well, if you're Hillel, there should be no more people like you in the world anymore. Why is that, son? I just lost $10,000 because of you. And Hillel looked at him and said, you lost $10,000 and you could lose another $10,000 and you could never, ever get me angry. That's what he said. Why does he say that? Because in your inner world, you are completely in control. Nobody can get you angry, right? When your kids say that they made me, it's not true. It's your own private world. Right? Try it to the kids, they're going to go, no, not the Hillel story. They don't like hearing it. They hate it. But it really shows us that we have complete freedom. We are free in what we act, what we say, and what we feel. And that's a basic tenet of Judaism. Okay, that's on one side. Now, I want to present a problem, the other side. There's an old debate in psychology. Okay, the debate is it nature or nurture? Right? Heard that debate? We've all heard that debate? I maintain that debate is only a debate if you only had one child. Because if you had more than one child, you will notice that children from day one are very, very different. They are. People are different. I mean, our first child, I remember, was one of our kids was a snuggle bug. One was going to cuddle with each other. And our first child was completely independent. From day one. It was like, you try to change her diaper, she would scream, no! So myself, right? She was independent. So what happens? So the answer is in nature versus nurture. It's both, obviously. Okay? People are born with a certain tendencies of certain nature, and as they grow up, they have certain life situations that they get used to. So, according to that, I want to ask you a question. Are you really totally free? Let's think about that a minute. Are you free in determining who you were born to, who your parents were? Were you free to determine where you were born? Were you free to determine how you look? Were you free to determine your own personality tendencies? Think about that. What do you think? Yes or no? No. What's that? Have you fill out a survey for his book? Yeah. So what happens is you're not. So what does that mean in terms from a Jewish perspective? If you are born with certain tendencies, a certain way, are you really free? So what does that mean? Okay, yeah.
But you reach a certain point where you're able to choose what's right and what's wrong for you as the
Okay. So what does that mean? So it means that I'm free, but what are you saying?
you're free, but you have to make your own decisions.
Okay.
You're free to make a decision after nature has run its course. If nature sets you up with a certain personality tendencies, you acknowledge those tendencies, and then you're free to behave based on them.
Okay. So you see what just happened right now? We are not totally free. We're actually quite limited. We're not really totally free. We're born with certain tendencies, and within that frame of reference, we can maybe change something. Okay? Okay? So for example, the Talmud says like this. The Talmud says that there's certain people that are born under the sign called Ma'adim. Ma'adim is Mars. And it says there's certain people that are... So there are some people born with, and you've seen this, there's some people that are born with tendencies to
We don't have enough money to pay for all that.
Okay, that's much better. Okay, good. It's not over. So there are certain people that are born with a certain tendency. I want to ask you about this. And the Talmud says it's true. There are people that are born bloodthirsty. There are people that are born that like the sight of blood, right? The kid in biology class, when you had to dissect the frog, there's always one boy there who takes the frog and like throws it at the girls and likes to like cut it, right? There's always one kid like that. Right? No? That was me. I don't know about you guys. There was not a kid like that in your class. The one kid who really enjoyed too much the dissection process. I got worried about him. Or her. Or her. That's right. Becky's you have a smiling face there. That's you. So what does this person do? They're not really free. They were born with a tendency to like blood. If this guy's a killer, after 120 years, when he dies, he comes to God and says, what do you want from me? I had to be a killer. I love the sight of blood. Is that not true?
Yeah, butcher.
But that he could have become a surgeon or a lawyer or
Very. Exactly right. The Talmud says, when you go like this, there's two ways to do it. There's one way to go and to fight your tendencies. That might not be always the best way to do it. Because you have a certain trait, you might direct it towards good. If you have a bad trait, you can overcome it. But it may be wiser to direct it. And it's exactly what Talmud says. If you are one of these people who loved the dissection of the frogs in biology class, then you could be a ritual butcher, a slaughterer, a person who prepares the animals to make them kosher. You could be a surgeon, right, Doc? You can go and you can use it for you're not squeamish. You can go and you can help people. You can be a doctor, and if you want, you can even be a bohel. You can circumcise. That's really, yeah.
Aren't you also limited by where you are
Oh, very good. We're gonna have to see. So what does it mean that we're free? What does it mean? Here comes the important point. You know, I mean, Marcy's question. Marcy's saying like this. Let's say a person's bloodthirsty. So now I said certain options to them. Isn't it determined by where you are in life? Maybe this guy couldn't go to med school. He didn't have money to go. But he has an ability to choose to be a murderer or not. He could find ways to use his bloodthirstiness with what's available to him.